Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to talk about movies with me. I really appreciate that. Today, I'm continuing my series on reviewing all MCU movies in order. And if you guys have been keeping up, then the next movie that we're going to be reviewing is a very hit or miss movie in the Marvel fandom. Of course, we're talking about Iron Man 2 today. If you guys are excited to discuss the movie along with me, go ahead and drop your comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications so you guys never miss another video. I'm going to be cranking out videos like crazy. I already told you guys. Bunch of movie-related content for the upcoming year. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the year ends, so if you guys can help me out with that, I'd greatly appreciate that. But with all that down, guys, let's talk about the infamous Iron Man 2. So Iron Man 2 is the sequel to Iron Man, and it is the third movie in the MCU. It is once again directed by Jon Favreau, one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. After a huge success with the first film, Marvel had a lot of pressure to make another great Iron Man movie. And with all this pressure, it certainly didn't help that the filmmaking team had less time to make the sequel than they did for the first installment. Now, the movie was generally received positively. However, the Marvel fan base kind of remembers it as one of the worst Marvel movies they've ever made. And with everything that I just told you, keep all that in mind. I watched Iron Man 2, and honestly, it's not that bad. Don't get me wrong, I think that the movie is definitely underwhelming in some points, considering its predecessor was so great, but in all honesty, the movie is not that bad. Let's get some of the negatives out of the way right off the bat, starting with the plot. Plot follows Tony Stark basically being hunted down by Ivan Vanko, aka Whiplash, who is seeking revenge on the Stark family. It does have a very compelling plot, I'll say that, but they don't do a lot with it, and it's kind of upsetting because there could have been so much that they could have done with it. Mickey Rourke plays Ivan Vanko, and he's pretty good with the material that he's given, but he's not given much. They set him up as like this big dark secret that the Stark family is trying to hide from the public, and I don't know, they just didn't really delve deeper into it. I really wish they would have. All we know is that Vanko is trying to avenge his father, whose technology was stolen by Tony's father, Howard Stark. I think there could have been a lot of different themes to be played with here, but again, it just seems like the bare minimum was done for Vanko's character arc. Another thing I didn't really like about the movie, and this is kind of ironic now, but I didn't like how many references we got to the greater MCU. Like, this is the third movie in the franchise, so of course I understand why they felt the need to go overboard with all the Easter eggs and all the references to future projects, but this one seems like a lot. First of all, we have the introduction to Black Widow in the movie. We have Nick Fury popping up once again in an extended role from Iron Man, basically just there to talk to Tony more about the Avengers Initiative. We have Coulson pop up once again to talk about Avengers, and there's one instance that definitely rubbed me the wrong way. We see him literally pull out Captain America's shield and like show it to the audience, and that's when I was like, okay, they're going a little too far now. Honestly, we're used to it now, but I feel like the subtlety of these Easter eggs and references, they have definitely improved as the universe went on. But these references are just right in your face. Like, look, Captain America, look at Black Widow, look at, we're setting up the Avengers, like, look, shiny keys. Let's talk about the performances here. All across the board, the performances are very good. I think there's not one weak performance here. Even Mickey Rourke is doing really good. Like I said, he doesn't have that much to do, but in the stuff that he is given, still pretty good. Very weak character arc, I think, though. Don Cheadle fits in perfectly into the role of Rhodes, who was originally played by Terrence Howard. If you guys remember in the Iron Man review, I said that Terrence Howard is, honestly, he plays Rhodey a little better, and I don't know, that attitude kind of foils Tony Stark's attitude really well for me, but Don Cheadle stepping into this role, he fits it perfectly too. And Rhodey is actually given a lot to do in this story, so much that the War Machine character makes his debut, and War Machine and Iron Man eventually fight in the final battle too. So Sam Rockwell, he plays Justin Hammer in the movie. Honestly, he's a delight. Again, the script is just, it's not that great. It doesn't do him any justice really, but I think he's always fun to watch. So a very underrated aspect of this movie is the cinematography. I think a lot of the shot selections here are actually very beautiful at times. It's a very colorful movie. There's certain camera angles that kind of just evoke a lot of emotion out of what would be a boring scene. You can tell that Jon Favreau at the very least wanted to kind of entertain the audience because of this time crunch that he had. Maybe he didn't have enough time to flesh out the characters as much as he wanted to, but at least the best thing that he could do was pair up with a great cinematographer and make the movie look pretty. Again, Jon Favreau really tries his best here. I think you can tell that the fatigue set in really quickly. He didn't get a chance to flesh out the story as much as he wanted to, and it drained him so much that he actually didn't return to do Iron Man 3. Instead, he took a step back from big budget filmmaking and he made a little movie called Chef, which is absolutely amazing, by the way. Maybe I should review that on this channel, but Chef is so good. If you guys have the chance, please go watch that. It's really good. Again, guys, the writing has like the same formula of most of the MCU movies, as you know, and I think that while it's not perfect, there's definitely a lot of good stuff sprinkled into it. It basically just further develops Tony's arc as this man who basically is super selfish and doesn't fit well with a team, and then he's slowly getting into maybe helping someone and helping a team, and then we'll see that character arc come to fruition through the Avengers movies. Robert Downey Jr., obviously he kills it as Iron Man. There's nobody else that can play this character in my eyes. But yeah, guys, that's all I really have to say about Iron Man 2. There's not much to say. It's an okay movie, I think. There's definitely some good parts, but there's also some pretty parts. Did I miss anything, guys? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you guys have watched the movie recently, let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys think it holds up? Comment all your thoughts down below in the comment section. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, guys, so if you can do me a favor and just like the video, click subscribe. It really help the channel out a lot, and don't forget to turn on those post notifications so you never miss another movie review. Until next time, guys, I will catch you in the next review. Click somewhere over here to watch the rest of my Marvel movies reviewed, and until then, have a good one.